everyone. Welcome back to another episode, which is a direct continuation of our last discussion. And in the last episode, I emphasized the importance of disciplined rest. And in today's episode, I'll guide you through practical ways to integrate disciplined rest into your daily life as you embark on the journey into the new year. Okay. And I actually want to talk about the holistic approach to disciplined living. Because as we stand on the cusp of a new year, I think we really need to commit to a holistic approach to disciplined living, right? What I mean by that, holistic approach means something that incorporates intentional rest into the rhythm of our days, right? And I think it requires a shift in mindset because we usually think of rest as an afterthought, right? So it's important not to think of it as an afterthought, but an integral part of our strategic, or I would say, our integral part of our daily routines, right? And when we talk about discipline, right, usually when we talk about discipline pertaining to, work tasks or daily chores, we talk about organization, right? So I think when we talk about disciplined rest, it requires a level of organization akin to that applied to work tasks. Because when we talk about daily chores, work tasks, or anything else, and we talk about being disciplined, we usually talk about, creating a calendar, time management, blocking time for certain activities and all that, so that we can be disciplined, right? So for structuring rest, right, and having a level of organization when it comes to disciplined rest, I would suggest you create a calendar of rejuvenation, right? What I mean by that, uh, it's a calendar where you allocate specific time slots for restorative activities, right? So it is like you are intentionally structuring rest. So it will ensure that breaks are not, I would say, you are not taking breaks when you are actually feeling burned out or something, right? Because breaks are part of your daily life, right? And I understand sometimes, certain things happen. Sometimes maybe, there are more work demands and you need to, shift a few things here and there. But again, create a calendar, right? Some days are exceptional, but you need to identify activities that resonate with your personal preferences and activities that recharge your mental batteries, right? It could be a midday meditation, right? It could be a weekend retreat. So maybe if you are really busy and you cannot find time every day and you really like doing, retreats, maybe you can decide to go on weekend retreats, right? Or even a daily dose of laughter with friends, or maybe watching something very light, or, again, meditation, or maybe journaling or something. And by scheduling these moments, you transform rest from a passive concept to an active practice, acknowledging its vital role in your overall discipline, right? So create the calendar of rejuvenation. Another thing I wanted to talk about was embracing mindful breaks. So, disciplined rest is not merely about the quantity of downtime, but also the quality, right? So, you need to embrace mindful breaks that foster true rejuvenation instead of mindlessly scrolling through screens during your break. And I know many of you have done that, or maybe you still do. And I used to do that, right, in the past, but I have um, I realized, and I, I have stopped doing it, right? Um, and it's actually relaxing when I can, just paint, or just journal or meditate for 5 to 10 minutes instead of, scrolling through the screens during the breaks. So you need to consider activities that engage your senses and promote relaxation. And this could also involve spending time in nature. It also involves practicing deep breathing exercises or immersing yourself in a creative pursuit, right? So you really need to understand that you need to, these breaks have to be mindful, should not be mindless. And then another thing is social connections. So the discipline of rest extends beyond personal solitude to the realm of social connection. Uh, and I understand it will be like different for different people. Introverts have different needs. Highly sensitive people who are introverts, they have different needs. But if you're someone who uh, and it depends on your soul tribe as well, right? But if you are someone who is comfortable in the company of your friends, and you have good friends, and you really love spending time with your friends and family, I would say allocate time for meaningful interactions with friends and family. These moments not only provide emotional support but also contribute to a holistic sense of well-being. And as highly sensitive individual, the nurturing of social connections becomes a crucial aspect of disciplined living, because highly sensitive individuals, they really want quality connections, right? And if these connections are actually you are not surrounded by energy vampires, but people who actually nurture you, right? And then again, you feel like nurturing these connections, right? And it offers you a support network, that understands and respects the need for periodic retreats, right? So that's another thing I wanted to talk about. And now, as we step into the coming year, let's envision a life where the disciplined pursuit of productivity harmonizes seamlessly with the intentional cultivation of rest, right? And I think by recognizing the relationship between work and rest, the positive relationship between work and rest, we can set the stage for a symphony of well being and accomplishment, right? And the number one in the list is goal setting with rest in mind. Again, you may feel like I'm repeating certain things, but again, I really want to emphasize that when you are outlining goals for the year, because I know we talk about New Year resolutions and everything, I really want you to integrate rest into the equation. Establish milestones, maybe not only for professional achievements but also for personal well-being. Perhaps this involves committing to a certain number of restorative activities each month, or ensuring a balanced distribution of work and leisure throughout the year, right? Maybe you can decide that after 3 months, I'm gonna go visit this retreat, or maybe I'm gonna go visit something, something that you really like, right? Or maybe just visit your favorite cafe on the weekends, right? So when you are setting goals for the new year, just keep rest in mind. Okay. And I also wanted to talk about adaptive discipline, which is about listening to your rhythms, right? Because I understand disciplined living isn't a one size fits all concept. It requires adaptability and an acute awareness of your individual rhythms, right? Because we all have different uh, uh, you know our personalities are different, our backgrounds are different, the way we live our lives is also different, right? Our bodies are different, our mentality, our belief system, everything is different, right? So you really need to listen to your body and your mind. You really need to recognize when to push forward with diligence and when to gracefully step back for restoration. Throughout the years, I have had a good understanding of what works and what doesn't work for me. Now, that's why I told you that you really need to have an acute awareness of your individual rhythms, right? Adaptive discipline acknowledges the ebb and flow of life. It allows for a dynamic approach for productivity that aligns with your unique needs, right? And that's why I wanted to introduce this concept in this episode. And uh, another thing is to cultivate a culture of rest, right? So, beyond personal commitment, try to foster a culture of rest within your professional and personal, I would say, community. I think it's instrumental. You need to encourage open conversations about the importance of disciplined rest. Emphasize the breaks. Uh, Emphasize that breaks are not a sign of weakness, but a strategic move for sustained excellence, for long term productivity. And I truly feel by fostering this culture, you contribute to a collective understanding that prioritizes well being alongside productivity. So I think that is also necessary, just talking about it and cultivating a culture of rest. And if you're a supervisor or a manager or someone, uh, you know, who has many direct reports, you can actually, cultivate this culture, right? Because you will have the authority to do that. And yeah, I think in the intricate dance of discipline, the melody of productivity finds its true resonance when harmonizing with the soothing undertones of disciplined rest. So the coming year beacons us to redefine our understanding of discipline. I personally felt this call, uh, you know, a call for disciplined rest. I think a paradigm that transcends the relentless pursuit of work and embraces the art of intentional rejuvenation. And for highly sensitive individuals, this journey holds particular significance as it navigates the delicate balance between sensitivity and resilience. And by embracing disciplined rest, I think sensitivity transforms from a potential vulnerability or a weakness into a wellspring of creativity, empathy, and strength, of course. So as we navigate the complexity of the year ahead or of our lives, let us remember that true discipline is not a rigid adherence to constant motion, but a dynamic interplay of work and rest. And why I said that we are navigating the complexities of the year ahead or the lives, it's because we make it complex. Even if it is simple, we make it complex, right? We want to create balance. We want to, rest. We also want to do our best. We want to be productive all the time. So I need, again, that's why I named it a symphony in equilibrium, right? There has to be a balance between work and rest. And it's a dance, right, between work and rest. And in this delicate dance, we find not only productivity, but also the profound fulfillment that arises from a life well lived. And it's also one of the reasons I love listening to Jim Rohn because he talked about it a lot, right? He talked about goal setting in a way that makes you a good person. So it's not just about achieving that goal, but also about a shift in mindset, becoming a good person, a better person, like a better version of yourself. Not just and that includes holistic living, right? Disciplined living, disciplined holistic living. So it's like you are healthy, financially, physically, mentally, you know, and all of that. And that can only come if we understand this, this balance that we need to have between work and rest. So, yes, I think I really wanted to talk about, disciplined rest because mostly I talk about discipline in terms of, a lot of things. So, as we embark on the journey into 2024, let's make a collective commitment to a more balanced and productive year, one that prioritizes self care alongside professional pursuits so that we can have a harmonious integration of work and rest. I'll see you next time, um, next week, next year, with a new episode. Till then, keep smiling, stay disciplined, stay healthy, and take care.